and we hope that this meeting is useful to all of our early educators in Santa Clara County. And I will start my presentation. And to eliminate background noise, if you can please mute yourself so that we can listen to all of our partners' presentations. And then if you have any questions, please go ahead and answer, put your question down into the chat box, and we will try to get those questions answered. And then if we do have time at the end, we can go ahead and get those answered, just so that we have enough time for all of the presenters. Quality Matters, a start for kids, shortened to Quality Matters, is Santa Clara County's early learning initiative that is committed to ensuring children have access to high quality early learning experiences. Early educators who participate in Quality Matters have access to resources and professional development opportunities that will assist them in meeting their needs and goals as they work hard to provide the best quality of care to children and families. This initiative is co-led by First Five Santa Clara County and Santa Clara County Office of Education. Similar to how you support and nurture children to reach their full potential, we want to help early educators to access professional development and growth opportunities in their career. Participants of Quality Matters have access to opportunities that fall in one of 4 areas. Career development opportunities focus on providing early educators and caregivers the knowledge and skill that benefit children and families who are under their care. We provide navigation support for early educators who are seeking professional development opportunities, such as workshop or college coursework, and administer a stipend for completing at least 21 hours of professional development or 3 units of college coursework each year. With community building, these focus on engaging early educators in a community effort to build and strengthen a network of support. A professional learning community builds stronger relationships among educators, helps educators reflect on new ideas, and stay on top of new research and practices in the classroom that directly improve teaching and learning. With the leadership opportunities, they focus on supporting early educators who step into roles that empower others, lead by example, and continue to communicate the important message on why investing in early childhood education is crucial for our society. The mission of Quality Matters is to help individuals on a learning journey. We understand that every learning journey is personal and unique, that takes people to different places. The way you begin your journey as a family child care home provider is by joining or renewing your annual membership with Quality Matters. This shows that you are committed to a continuous learning journey to improve the quality of your child care program. Then we ask for a written quality improvement plan of what professional goals you would like to achieve. You may be surprised how much a written document makes a difference compared to just thinking about it or talking about it. Then, based on the goal you have met, that you have set, search and attend professional development opportunities. This becomes a cycle where your ongoing achievement leads to accumulation of professional development hours. It can lead to accreditation, a credential, certificate, and a more successful childcare business. Our efforts cannot be accomplished in isolation by a single organization. Quality Matters is a collaborative effort between First Five Santa Clara County and Santa Clara County Office of Education, and is funded by First Five, California Department of Education, local governments, and foundations. Once you begin to explore the opportunities made to you by being part of Quality Matters, you will see that we have other partners who help us provide resources, information, professional development opportunities, and more. And now I would like to introduce to you Enlighten, and we have Erica Salazar and Lucy Placencia, who will be presenting on our Quality Matters Stipend Program.
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Lucy Plasencia, and like Alma was saying, we are here from Enlighten to help with the Quality Matters Stipend Program. Let's get started. So your Enlighten group consultants would be Erica Salazar and Lucy Plasencia. We can go on. So meet your professional growth consultant. So like I was saying, Erica Salazar and myself, Lucy Plasencia. It's a pleasure to meet all of you and to see some beautiful faces on here. Just a little bit about ourselves. As as strong supporters of ECE, we truly believe that a collaborative approach with providers, families, and community really yields positive outcomes, supports best practices, and inspires our work. Our goal is to increase quality and strive to continually raise the quality of care we can offer for our children and their families. So let's dive in. ECE Workforce Registry, which is the Quality Matters requirement, and also the Quality Matters Stipend Program, which is a volunteer program. So we're going to start off with ECU Workforce Registry. So the California Workforce Registry account, this, like I said previously, is a requirement for the stipend program. So if you're not familiar with it, here's a little bit of background as to what the Workforce Registry account is. The California Early Care and Education Workforce Registry is an efficient web-based system designed to verify and securely store and track the employment, training, and education accomplishments of early child care and education, ECE teachers and providers. So this is a really an amazing tool to use in order to be able to store everything that you do. You take a training, you sign up for a training, and it records everything on your workforce registry account. So you don't have to be fumbling and looking through all of your files the way, a lot of us have done throughout the years. It's all really there for you. If you don't have your own account yet, this is what we're here for. We're here to guide you and assist you. So this is the workforce registry is on, the website is on, and it's also in the chat. So what you do is you sign up for your account, you check your account regularly to confirm accuracy. Anytime that there's an update in your employment or school, or you've achieved a bachelor or an AA or anything, you put it in there and it stores it for you and it keeps everybody updated. So there's a chat feature also if you have any questions or any concerns, or they're really, really quick to assist. And so sample education and training reports. So you can pull up all of your information. You can also register for any trainings through the registry. Yeah, it's very, very efficient, and it's very easy to use. You can go. So who can apply for the stipend programs? So early educators employed at Santa Clara, Quality Matters, and San Benito Quality County States. So these are the people that are able to qualify. So family child care owners and their staff, FRC staff, FFN, and San Jose Public Library. And we will be verifying your employment in April 2024. So we all have time. So what will you need to apply? So it's kind of a checklist of what you really need to apply. So you need your social security number, your valid email account, must check your account regularly. We have come across a lot of people that, you know, you have a million emails throughout the day and everything kind of gets lost. So you have to really kind of make sure it's not in your junk email. Your California Workforce Registry account, which I just explained, it's an online system to store and track your employment and your trainings and education of early childhood care, and this is all for teachers and providers. This is how we track. This is the only way of how we will be tracking your hours or your units to determine if you will be receiving the stipend program. So it's the stipend. So it's very important that you register and you update your information, and you also check your email regularly. If you do not have one, you can create one, and the online web page is on the comment section. But we will also be assisting with that if you have any concerns or any issues. So the training option for the stipend program is going to be $400. The requirement is that you complete 21 approved training hours between July 1st, 2023 and June 1st, 2024. If you choose SEEDS or myTeachstone, you will work with First 5 Community of Learning to complete the entire PD program. Coursework can be used when it does not meet the college coursework option. And all hours must be in your registry account.
Thank you, Lucy. I'll take over from here. I'll give you a little bit of rest. But yes, college coursework option for this, this is a $600 amount. And for the college coursework option, you must complete a minimum of 3 semesters or 4 core units between July 1st, 2023 and June 30th, 2024 with a grade of C or better. For you to be able to receive the stipend, it has to apply towards a degree, obtain, renew, or upgrade a child development permit, or obtain a credential. It could be coursework for general ed coursework, ESL coursework, and basic skills coursework is also accepted. And transcripts must be uploaded to your registry account. So examples could be something like a math class needed to earn a degree that would qualify. Have a degree or director permit taking a CD art, that would not qualify. So you may count a class towards the training option, but not towards the college coursework. So how to earn a stipend. So submit an application online, complete one of the training options, which is one is the training option. Any trainings between July 1st, 2023 and June 1st, 2024, or college coursework, the college coursework option, which from summer 2023 to spring 2024. All hours and units must be in your registry account by June 30th, 2024. And the third requirement would be complete an end of the year survey that will be sent out in August of 2024. And checks are expected to be mailed out early September 2024, and they would be mailed. So to enroll in the stipend program, you would access this website, the Quality Matters website. When you enroll, you be sure to click on the submit button at the end, and you will receive confirmation email within 24 hours. So really important to check your email and your junk folder. It is also important to check and read email communication thoroughly, as you do not want to miss an important information. We are also offering a text message. And then, so did I go mute?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now? Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So if you do not have currently a registry account and you need support, we're offering office hours every second and fourth Tuesday and Wednesday of the month. And we can provide one-on-one support. So please feel free to register for our office hours using the QR code in the slide. And then we would also like to let you know that there is a professional development survey coming your way. So after today's orientation, you will receive a survey requesting some information about your professional development wants and needs. So please take a few minutes to fill it out as well. Thank you. And if you need to reach us, we're here for you. So Enlighten is here for support. So again, my name is Erica Salazar and Lucy is also on the call, and you can reach us via email at qualitymatters@enlightengroup.net.
Thank you, Lucy and Erica. And now I will pass it over to Cynthia, who will be presenting on the California Preschool Instructional Network.
Thanks, Alma. So good evening, everyone. It's great to see a lot of familiar names on this call this evening, but I'm here to talk about California Preschool Instructional Network and who we are and what we do. Next slide, please. So we provide trainings on all of the preschool foundations and curriculum framework, and these foundations and curriculum framework focuses on students 48 and 60 months of age. Some of you in family childcare may be interested in the infant toddler foundation and framework, which focuses on students 8, 18 months, and 36 months of age. And those are what PITC is able to help support and do. But if you have children that are 48 or 60 months of age, what you're looking at is really looking at the preschool learning foundation and framework to really help you to think about, what are developmentally appropriate practices that we should be focusing on when it comes to our 4s and our 5s that are in our classroom or in our programs. Next slide. So as I shared earlier, is that it focuses on 48 and 60 months of age. And what the foundation tells us is that it tells us the what children at this age should be doing. And, this is what they're doing at what we consider the first year and second year of preschool. And I know that this is shifting because the state of California is transitioning. And the new foundations and framework as of January 2024 will be called the California Preschool and Transitional Kindergarten Learning Foundations and Framework. Still focuses on 48 and 60 months, which are our 4s and 5s, but the 4s will be called our preschoolers and the 5s will be called our TKers in the new document. And so in the foundations, it talks about what students should be learning at this age and what does a high quality preschool program look like? How to integrate all of these different domains of learning into our environment so that way not only are they learning math, they're learning science, social emotional development, and all of those different icons that you see on the spine of this book. Next slide. So this is the overarching principles that is used to create the foundations and framework. And as you see on the top of the rainbow is that relationships are central. So we talk a lot about what relationships look like and how they're an integral part of these children's learning when they're 4s and they're 5-year-old. And that really is that they're learning through play. and that play is the primary way that we want to be able to teach these different skills, such as math, science, and all the other areas of domains. And that we want to make sure that our environments are integrated for their learning. We want to also make sure that we're being intentional in how we work with all the different students, and that we're building up the relationships and partnering with families as well as the community, because the child that's in our care is a part of a family as well as our environment and the community. And we also talk about what does individualization look like, because as we know that all children, just like us as adults, that we all learn differently. And so we want to be able to individualize the learning for the children. And then the last two is that we want to really highlight the culture and the language that the child brings into the classroom, as well as encourage our teachers that are coming to our training to be able to reflect in order to plan. Next slide. And then what pairs with the Preschool Learning Foundation is what we call the Preschool Curriculum Framework. So there's a total of 3 different volumes. And what the curriculum framework is it tells us the how. How should we be teaching all of these different content areas to the students that we're working with? And so it helps us to think about, when we're thinking about math, when we're thinking about science, when we're thinking about visual performing arts or history or science or health, is how do we teach all of these different areas to the children that we're working with, and how are all of these integrated throughout the context of either our family childcare or our classroom environments. Next slide. Can you just click it 2 more times so it shows? Yeah, 1 more time. Thank you. And so we just wanted to show that, with the Preschool Foundation framework, is that all of these different areas are embedded into the Foundation's framework. Is that we're talking about universal design for learning. We're talking about how English learners, how they're acquiring language development, and ways that we can support children that we're working with in our classroom. It also talks about daily schedule and what that potentially may look like. So it really helps us to see not only all these what we call overarching principles, but how do we organize our environment and our programs to be able to support the learning for all the children that are coming into our care. Next slide. And can you click it 1 more time? Thank you. And so, oops. Thank you. And so right now, dual language learning is separate. It's actually a separate module. It's indicated by the globe, but in January 2024, dual language learning supports will be integrated into all the domains. So it'll be integrated into math, it'll be integrated into social emotional development, it'll be integrated into science and so forth. Because what CDE is seeing is that dual language learning supports needs to be integrated in all those areas of domains, because we want to be able to support not just our dual language learners, but next slide, potentially children who may have a disability or other special needs. So the document already is integrated and weaves universal design for learning, but they also want to make sure that the dual language learning piece is integrated into the new modules that are coming out in January. And then last slide. So how do you receive notifications of our trainings? So we offer our trainings monthly, either in English or Spanish. This year, we're doing what we call a hybrid approach. So we're doing some trainings virtually, as well as we're facilitating some trainings in person at the County Office of Ed, as well as we're partnering with San Benito First Five and offering some trainings through San Benito First Five as well. All of our trainings are for free. And they are targeted for anyone who is a child care provider, anyone who works in family child care, as well as this year, we're adding our family, friends, and neighbor. So if you know of anyone who's a family, friend, or neighbor, we encourage them to also sign up for our trainings. And the best way to get notification of our trainings is to get on our emailing list, or to check on the CPEN website that's listed here. And afterwards, I'll put it in the chat. And anyone who works in any of these counties are able to attend our trainings for free. And just as what Lucy mentioned earlier, is that you have to register through Workforce Registry. And once you register for the trainings in Workforce Registry, then you'll be registered for our trainings. And usually a week before the training happens, you'll receive an email from us, either with a Zoom link or the information about the where, the when of the in-person sessions. Okay. And I saw that someone asked about the publications. I would encourage you guys not to purchase the publications just because it will be changing as of January 2024. But what I'll do after I'm done is I'm going to provide a Padlet link that gives you a link to all of the CDE documents that we're able to train and facilitate on. So you don't have to click through CDE's website to find the foundations, as well as all the other CDE documents. Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia. And now we have Jan, who will present on the QCC Workforce Pathways Grant.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here at your presentations. I'm focusing on my QCC Workforce Pathways Grant professional development activities. Next slide, please. So QCC Professional Development Program supports 4 buckets of training. One is dual language learners, trauma-informed practices in early childhood educations, and inclusive practices and equity. Next slide, please. And within the dual language learners, we collaborated with CPENs to create these cohort. And so far we had administered cohort 1 to becoming a community members. And then we will offer cohort 3, 4 in self and society in marketplace. And cohort 5 will be in scientific inquiry, and cohort 6 will focusing on life sciences. And these cohorts, if you are interested in attending, you can contact me at the end of the presentations. I'll email out my or I'll put it in the chat my emails so that you can contact me and stay on my listserv. So then every time we have the trainings available, we'll put out and promote it to everyone. Again, our trainings are for everyone within Santa Clara County due to the collaborations that we have with all the programs, entities, and First 5 in this county. So the training is not just for teachers, center-based teachers, but also for family child care and family, friends, and network folks. And also family resource centers staff, if you are interested in our training. Next slide, please. And then the next track that we have, which is equity. In equity, we have we stack our training into one cohort, and then we have standalone. The standalones, you can take it by itself, or you can take it as an enhanced training. With the cohort training, I just want to clarify a bit. Once you sign up for the cohort, you should stay for the entire cohort to receive full credits. And then for equity cohort, we have foundations, know knowledge, overview, and applications. The next training, the next sessions will be on understanding systemic oppressions. The third training will be culturally responsive anti-bias teaching. And the fourth one will be universal design for learning, UDL, and anti-racism. So these trainings were stacked together in a meaningful way so that we can go through the series with the knowledge stack up on one another. And the standalone, of course, we want to support for African-American learners. And then culturally responsive anti-bias teachings. This one we offer again as a not part of the cohort, but for anyone who interested in the curriculum itself. So that's a nice way if you cannot make it to the whole cohort, or you cannot make it, commit yourself to the whole cohort, you can choose a standalone training, which is, an opportunities to get a glimpse of what culturally responsive anti-bias teaching is about. And then another one, which is healing practices and equity work. And again, I will take any questions at the end of my presentation. So I will go through them fast. And if you have any questions, we can always go back and ask for clarifications on these training topics and training series. Next slide, please. The next one will be within the inclusions or inclusive practices bucket. We have one cohort on CSEFL teaching pyramid. This one is focusing more on for a teacher in center base. I'm sure First Five we have collaborated with First Five as well. So First Five will have different slots for family childcare and family resource center staff. Another cohort that we offer, which is we stack cohort 1 and cohort 2 together. They are the same in terms of topics, but then with the cohort 2, that would be in person, or we call it hybrid. So the first sessions, ASD, overview of autism spectrum disorder, would be online, but then the second sessions would be sensory supports and coping strategies, would be in person at SCCOE office. And because you are in person, we also throw in the make and take, so then you can walk away with something in your hand. And then the third sessions will be understanding behavior as communications. And as you can see, cohort 1 is a repeat of cohort 2, or actually not a repeat, but we offer 2 different cohorts because we want to be mindful of your times and your availability. So whoever wants to have that kind of in-person experience can sign up for cohort 2 with the hybrid sessions 1 and 3 online, and sessions 2 is in person, versus cohort 1. All 3 sessions are the same, but within will be in online on Zoom. And then as you can see, because sessions 2 is on Zoom, we cannot throw in a make and take. So it's going to be a shorter day for cohort 1. And then the standalone, we offer the overview of autism spectrum disorder again, just in case you cannot make it to either cohort, or you cannot commit yourself to the durations of either cohort 1 or cohort 2. You can still have an understanding of what autism spectrum disorders be like. Next slide, please. Another bucket that we offer, which is trauma-informed practices in ECE. Again, we have cohort A and B. Both cohorts are similar in a sense that all the topics are offered the same in the same sequence. The only difference between cohort A and cohort B is cohort A is would be a hybrid options, which is with sessions 1 and 3 will be offered online, and session 2 would be in person. And then the same with cohort B, everything will be offered online, and all of the trainings will be trained by Julie Kurtz. Miss Julie Kurtz are wonderful in this topic. And as you can see, with session 1 in either cohort, we had trauma-informed practices, module 100, overview, trauma responsive and resilience building practices for educators. And then this one would be a asynchronous one, which is you do it on your own using a login on a website. So we give the participant the time from September 15 through November 15 to complete the 6 hours training. And then after completing trauma-informed practices 100, 6 hours, you will be invited to the next training sessions. And then so the next one will be trauma-informed practices, modules 200. It's a practice in trauma responsive and resilience building strategies learned in TIP 100. And of course, once you completed module 200, this one will be in person or on Zoom live. You will be invited to trauma-informed practices 400. And this one would be trauma responsive family engagement in early childhood practices for equity and resilience. And then, of course, beside the cohort A and B or training series, we offer standalone training. These trainings are, you can take it by themselves. They do not have the prerequisites that you have to take, or they can be enhanced learning opportunities. Let's say you took cohort A and then you want to learn about culturally responsive self-care practices. Then you can take TIP 300. Or you can say, I'm interested in supporting young children to cope, build resilience, and heal from trauma through play. This trauma-informed practices module 700 is an enhanced one. And then just like the other one, trauma-informed practices A62, top tips to support children in times of uncertainty and stress, is also an enhanced training on top of either cohort A or cohort B. But if you want to take them as a standalone training, it should be fine. Next slide, please. All of our training is free, in person at SCCOE facility or live on Zoom. If it's in person in a class, because of our classroom capacity, we will have about 30 to 35 people per class. Or on Zoom, we'll go about 45 to 50 people per class. Scheduled mostly on Saturdays with some evening weekdays. Most of them are half day, either from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. or full day, 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. And if you go for full days, let's say you do 3 trainings, 4 days, you basically completed your 31 hours of PDA requirements. And registrations using California Workforce Registry, because we're funded through the state of California. That's part of the requirement that participant has to register through CARE Workforce Registry. Next slide, please. Training is supporting CSPP teachers, staff, 21 PD hour schools, but also it could support FCC, family child care providers, family resource center staff, and also family friends networks staff. Training professional development hours eligible for different stipend programs. Registrations on California Workforce Registry, and participants receive PD hours directly on the registry. So you don't have to upload the certificates after you're done. Basically, you register with us. Once you attend or completed the training, we will give you the training credits directly on registry. Next slide, please. And that's it. And that would be my emails and phone number, as well as our website. If you have any more questions, you can reach out to me via email or call. I don't know, Alma, do I have times for question and A's now, or?
We don't have time, but we can always connect anyone who has questions to you.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. And I can drop my email in the chat right now. Thank you.
Tina. Okay, and now we will go to Minerva Sarellano with the Community of Learning
Good
opportunity.
afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here this evening, and happy to see a lot of familiar faces. So I'm here to talk about the ASQ trainings that we offer. This is a training that it's open to anyone that's interested in learning about this screening tool. If you can go on to the next slide. So as part of First 5, we have on our website, we have a online training registration. So if you go to our website, you'll be able to go and create an account where you will have access to various trainings that we offer, as well as trainings that our partners offer. So we try to post trainings that are relevant to the audience that we work with. So family child care providers, FRC staff, nurses, public health nurses, therapists. So you'll see a variety of trainings, one of them being the ASQ. So you'll go on to our website, create an account, and then you'll have access to all of these trainings. Can you go on to the next slide? Thank you. So ASQ, for those of you that are not familiar with this training, this is a screening tool that focuses, we have two trainings, one that focuses on social emotional development and that one that focuses on child development. So ASQ 3 focuses on communication, fine motor skills, gross motor skills, problem solving, and personal social emotional skills. And then ASQ SE2, it's a revision of this tool, focuses more on the social aspects of a child development. So self-regulation, communication, autonomy, interactions with people, compliance, adaptive behaviors, and affect. So right now we are offering a series of trainings. If you go on to the next slide, Alma. And they are already programmed and you'll be able to see them on our website. We have them set for December 12th for ASQ S3, and then ASQ SE2 is December 14th. So we try to do the trainings on the same week so that way you can take advantage of taking both trainings. So the next one we have it for February 20th and February 22nd. And the last training for this fiscal year will be June 4th and June 6th. Next slide. And that is for our training of ASQ. And I'm going to pass it on to my colleague, Patty, who will be talking about TeachStone. Patty.
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So, good evening. I'm going to present information and introduction or basically an overview about my MyTeachstone program at First Vice Secretary. My name is Patty Serrano. I'm a coordinator of First Five. And this is the general information in case you have questions about TeachStone. This is the best email where you can contact me or reach me. My MyTeachstone program refers by that board, and this is the phone number where you can leave a voice message or you can call me at any time. This is the way, please. So basically, this is a general information about my MyTeachstone. MyTeachstone is an online professional development program designed to improve the quality of teachers and child interaction. TeachStone uses the class strategies for professional development. Class is a research-based method measuring and assessing, evaluating, and improving the teacher and student interaction. I know I'm very sure some of you already took my TeachStone and passed through the wonderful experience learning how these strategies. And at the end, this is the definition of class. Class stands for Classroom Assessment Support System. Is the methodology behind the program. Thank you. Next slide. So myTeachstone is an online platform. This is basically the overview where you can create an account. And it's like a personal account, your TeachStone personal account. And we just compare these to Facebook. So because you create your account and you can take the classes, the courses, and the videos on your own time. So basically, when you create your account, you have access to work, professional resources on your own time, selecting your own language. We have the different languages. So far, we have English, Spanish, and French. And at the same time, in the online platform, you can track your educational growth by managing your daily hours report. So it's something that you learn how to check and keep track of the 21 hours of professional development. Next, please. So those are the very basic components. The program's components. The program has 25 participants for each cohort. We have two different cohorts. One is in English and the other in Spanish. So basically in the program, you work with a TeachStone host and trainer. It's a training sessions once a month for 1 hour from 6:30 to 7:30 in the afternoons. You have reflection time for support sessions and it's also 1 hour from 6:30 to 7:30. Most of the time, we just respect the same time always. It's after you finish and close the daycare is when you have time to take those classes. So we offer as a company technical support to navigate the platform, and it's basically one main requirement to complete the 21 hours of professional development utilizing the QUALITY online system and available trainings in person service, which we divide 21 hours as follows. 5 hours of self-development in the platform watching videos, 8 hours of training, and 8 hours with reflection time. If you are all of those numbers completed 21 hours of professional development, then this courses start in November and end by the 30th of June. Next page, please. Thank you. So enrollment requirements is very basic and I'm very sure that most of you already have some of those requirements. So you, at the beginning, first of all, you need to enroll in Volume 1 of the first slide. You already saw the information in previous presentations from the department. You need to have an active home daycare license and be an active family child care provider. And it sounds very similar, but it's different because you can have your license, but your daycare may be closed. So that means that you are not active. You have your license active because it's from day to day, but you may have the child care closed. So therefore, one of the enrollments is that, and the requirements is that you need to have the license to be active family child care provider providing services or working with children under 5 years old. And have a valid and active email address and a social security or tax ID to receive a monetary stipend. So complete all the programs for some of the requirements, and those are the basic forms: contact information where we can reach you, and a participant agreement that you agree to make a commitment to complete the program. So the government form, which is we need to have the information of the social security in order to submit the stipend and complete the program's evaluation once we set the programs at the beginning and at the end of the program. So it's very basic. I never really use the part already those requirements because we didn't active with our system for years. So probably if you are new, you know that those are the very basic requirements. Thank you. Next slide. So the incentive programs. So first slide is to have the commitment to give you and provide you with a 1 year of subscription completely free of medication phone. So we offer to you the digital payments and reflective sessions with the coach, and we offer the Zoom technical assistance support 1-on-1 if you don't know how to navigate the platform and the system. We offer you monetary stipend and also 21 hours of professional development certificate once you complete all the program's requirements. And if you are new, that this is the first time that you participate in QUALITY, we offer an electronic device, a laptop, only for new participants. Next, please. And basically, we send to you a program calendar where you can see the specific things that you need to know. As you can see, a color code on the left side and the upper left side of the screen for me, as what I hope that is the same for you, where you can see the colors. That means the days of the trainings, the days that we submit, the school days, and every time that you have the training the session, and also the reflection session. And as you can see in the yellow, the highlight means that is the end of the graduation celebration. Next, please. Oh, seems like I was already over. I was too short, but thank you very much for being here and for listening. I hope that you can have the opportunity to be part of my program. And I am still in the process of enrollment. So if you really like to participate, you can send an email or call asking for Patty Serrano, and I will be more than happy to help you. Thank you.
And I know it wasn't clear, and so Alma, if I can just jump in really quick, just to add a couple of points from what Patty shared. So just for those of you that are interested, so TeachStone is rolling the second year of a new implementation. So last year we modified the way that we implement TeachStone. So the way that we are implementing TeachStone now is that we offer a training once a month. And then there's a follow-up coaching session along with it. There's 8 sessions that happen, and then a coaching session that goes along with it. Patty is enrolling right now, so she is our coordinator for this program. If you are interested and would like more information about TeachStone, please reach out to her. I know the recording of this session is going to be sent out, and her contact information is on the slide. I also want to add that this is a program under the Quality Matters umbrella. So if you're enrolled in Quality Matters, you have access to this, to enroll in this training, and this stipend will be coming out of the Quality Matters stipend program. So this is, by attending in this program and completing the program, you're satisfying the 21 hours to receive the stipend for Quality Matters. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Minerva and Patty. And I would like to present Sonia, presenting on Inclusion Collaborative.
Thank you, Alma. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Alma, can you hear me okay? Okay, awesome. Okay, next slide, please. I want to first give a big thanks to Jang, who actually shared a lot of what I would be sharing tonight. So there's a lot of overlap. So I'll go quickly through some of those offerings, but just to introduce our program to folks in here that might not be familiar with Inclusion Collaborative, we offer training support, coaching, one-on-one support, to anyone interested in learning how to be more inclusive in their practices. So that might mean helping, supporting students that have disabilities, supporting students that might be presenting with some behavioral concerns, really anything that can support the social and emotional well-being of a child. So these are just some examples of what our services might look like throughout the county, but also to family and child home childcare providers. Next slide, please. Another way of looking at our services is through this menu here, and it is linked on this slide. Really, we offer our support through the umbrella of looking at a focus on welcoming, on belonging, making sure students feel and kids feel like they belong in your setting, looking at inclusion, looking at equity, and then under those umbrellas, we designed specific trainings to specific sites. So as Jane mentioned, some of the training that she talked about, which was like an inclusion bucket, she said, and then she talked about the equity buckets, that actually will be delivered through Inclusion Collaborative. So if anybody has ever attended a training from Inclusion Collaborative, you'll know that it has that sort of that quality and that collaborative experience. So we're really excited because thank you to Jane and her team. She's allowed us to extend and expand our training efforts this year. Okay, next slide. A quick snapshot of our work in early learning. Jane mentioned a little bit about Teaching Pyramid. We are offering Teaching Pyramid trainings and coaching. What this looks like is a year-long set of trainings. There are 6 half-day trainings, and then there's also coaching support provided throughout the year as well. The half-days are on Saturdays, And the idea behind Teaching Pyramid is really it's a curriculum. It's a set of supports to support social emotional well-being. So really how getting in front of behaviors, how to reward, how to use specific language and praise when you see students doing things or children doing things that you want them to be doing. And so it's really thinking about social emotional learning in a sort of pyramid sense. So we offer that training. We also are offering what's called Inclusive Classroom Profile, or ICP, a monthly communities of practice for participants. And I don't know if the slide that you're showing has an updated slide, but I'm just going to talk through it really quickly. There are some, for ICP, there are some precursory or some needed, you need to already have some trainings in order to go through ICP. Just quickly to share with you what ICP is, it's really using a structured observation rating scale, which is designed to assess the quality of provisions and classroom practices that support the learning needs of children with either IFSPs, IEPs, or have needs in early childhood settings. And so what it looks like is doing kind of a pre-observation, coming in and seeing what the environment looks like, and then having communities of practice between a pre and a post observation, and helping to enhance the environment, helping to enhance the teaching practices to make sure that the environment is more accessible for students who might have disabilities. And so the way that looks again is a pre and a post, and then in between a lot of learning through through a COP, a community of practice model. And in order to be a part of that cohort, the cohort will begin in sorry, I have my dates in a different slide, but it begins in January. But in order to join that cohort, you'll need to be actively working with children on a daily basis. You'll have to have completed or enrolled in the Teaching Pyramid training series, and you have to have received ASQ training or are in the process of completing that training by May of 2024. And the last thing I wanted to mention was our monthly collaborative coaching communities of practice. We have these COPs once a month, and they are on Wednesday evenings, and it kind of differs which Wednesday it is just because of holidays and such. But the topics that are offered through the communities of practice range from disability awareness or ability awareness. So we might have something around autism spectrum disorder. We might have a community of practice around how to engage families, how to work with families. We might have a topic around bias, a topic around culturally relevant teachings and practices. And so it's a great time to be with each other and collaborate, share ideas, and also receive some training and learning from our trained staff. Next slide. I'm actually going to skip that last bullet and just go to the next slide. The makerspace. So our makerspace is open. It has been open, but we had to reopen it. We have two makerspaces, one in the Ritter Park, Santa Clara location, San Jose location, and now we have one at South County Annex in Gilroy. And really the makerspace, it is what it used to be for those of you who have attended or have been a part of our makerspace or have done activities in the makerspace. It's a place for you to come and create visuals, create schedules, really create different things that you may not be able to do in your home. We have the materials, we have all of the equipment there. And so our hope is to offer through our makerspace evening trainings, maybe one a month or one every couple of months, that will be open to folks for free. So we'll have a wait list on that, of course, but then also to open up memberships. And we are offering the memberships at a reduced cost. We want to first gain some interest and see how many folks are interested in maybe getting a makerspace membership. And we'll do that through these free events that we'll have throughout the year. We haven't launched our first yet, but that should be happening sometime in December, and I'll make sure to send that information out. You can also go to our Inclusion Collaborative website. That'll give you updated information on when we decide to launch the evening program. Next slide. Our warm line is a free support available to you, not a training, and just something that I want to make sure everybody in the space is aware of. It is a free support. You can call the warm line. You can email the warm line if you have any questions on how to support a student in your room, in your space, or child in your space that might have a need. They don't have to have a disability. It can be a child without a disability. And our Warmline staff, our specialists, are amazing at being able to connect you to the correct resource. They work with parents, they work with providers. The support is available in Spanish and Vietnamese and in Mandarin. So lots and lots of expertise in that area. And really, it could be something as simple as, hey, I just want to know how to do an ASQ, can you help me walk me through this ASQ screening? Warmline support can do that. Or let's say you might have a student or a child that really has some very, very intensive needs. Our Warmline specialist can talk you through what's going on and create some very specific supports, all for free, all free. I'm just going to put that out there a million times. It's completely free. So please, please, please call the Warmline or email the Warmline if you have any needs. Next slide. That might be the end of my slides. Oh, here's a little bit more about the Warmline, just the number at the top there. The email address is inclusionwarmline@sccoe.org. And again, just the language capacity or capability, Spanish, Vietnamese, Mandarin. We also can offer some Korean support. We don't have that person available all the time, but that is a need that we can serve. And then just a little list of things that the Warmline can provide. So like I said, visual support, social stories, and then talking about IFSPs or IEPs addressing individual needs, resources for digital access, and then, of course, just being able to answer questions and provide any digital resources in navigating different systems within the educational community and outside of that community. Next slide. That might be the end of here's just another example of what the Warmline can do. These are some social stories that the Warmline has created. Students or children that have autism or that are on the autism spectrum, they do really well with social stories. And so the Warmline can create social stories for you. It can even embed pictures of the child if we have parent permission. And that's something that is very, very helpful for all children, but especially children that have autism. Next slide. And I don't know if your sound is on, if you're able to play that. It's just a 40-second highlight of some things that the Warmline does. And so we send one of these out every month. We through our listserv, we share different supports and services that our Warmline can offer. So if you have a chance to play that, it's less than a minute. And if not, it's okay. It's linked there. And you actually don't need volume because it's really just it's reading. And you know what, you can stop it right there because I think that just gives you an idea of the different, this is just an example of what was, I don't even remember when we released that, but just a couple of different things that our Warmline does, but also what the Inclusion Collaborative does in partnership with Quality Matters. The Warmline, oh, thank you. The Warmline flyers are linked there. They're also at our website. If you go to the next slide, I think that just shows our contact information. So yeah, if you just go to inclusioncollaborative.org, you'll see the flyers for our Warmline are linked there in the different languages. So if you want to share that with parents or family members, that's also there. And then a list of our supports and services are also available on our website. And I think that's the end of my slides.
Thank you, Sonia.
Thank you.
Okay, and we have our final presentation for tonight. We have Lydia and Selena presenting on the Santa Clara County Child Care Resource and Referral Program.
Thanks, Alma. Good evening, everyone. My name is Lydia Nunez, and I am one of the Child Care Resource and Referral Specialists with the R&R program. I'm here with my colleague, Selena. So thank you for having us tonight. We're just going to go over the different services that the R&R offers. Next slide, please. So what does the R&R offer? We maintain a child care referral database, also known as the Santa Clara County Child Care Portal. And within this portal, we have licensed child care facilities in the county. So those include child care centers and family child care homes, and some license exempt programs as well. We help families find these licensed child care programs that best meets their needs through referrals, which can be done either online, by phone, email, or in person. So those are the different interactions that we have day to day with families. We provide the service referrals to families when other services and support are requested. We help prospective childcare providers navigate the childcare licensing process. So anyone who is interested in getting a family childcare home license, we assist them with the process. So we offer one-on-one technical assistance. We answer any questions that they may have regarding the application, how to fill out forms, what trainings are required for them to take. So we offer that guidance and assistance. And lastly, we educate local communities and leaders to understand childcare issues and create plans to effectively address different childcare needs. Next slide. And these are some of the ways that families can get childcare referrals. One way is the parent or caregiver. They can call the R&R directly to get a list of providers that fits their criteria. And so over the phone, we generally ask some questions just to get more information about their child's needs. And then we email them a list of providers in their area. The second way is the parent or caregiver can email the R&R directly to get a list of providers. And similar to over the phone, we respond to their email with a series of questions just to get more information on their child's needs. And then we generate our search and then email them the list of providers. The third way is the parent can visit the childcare portal website, which you'll see in a moment. They can conduct a search on the portal, and they can either make an account or they can just go as far as calling the providers themselves to see if they have space. And they can filter their search based on their zip code and their child's age. And then with the portal, they can actually go as far as creating an account, and then the system will automatically contact the providers that they selected. And so the providers have 2 business days to respond to the family's request to be contacted. And if not, then the system will send their information to the next provider until somebody reaches out to the parent. Next slide, please. And this is the childcare portal website. So www.childcarescc.org. Like I mentioned in the previous slide, this is where parents can go online to conduct their own search of providers. They can create a free account, and then the system will help them send the providers their request to be contacted. And like I mentioned before, they can filter their search based on their child's age, zip code, hours, days of care needed, type of care preferred, can be family, home, or center. And so this is just a way for them to independently do their own search of providers that meets their needs. Then I'll let my colleague Selena take over now.
My name is Selena. I'm also one of the childcare R&R specialists. So some of the training and supports that we do have are SIP, Child Care Initiative Project, for those that are interested in becoming childcare providers. We do also offer the preventive health and safety training every month. It switches between English and Spanish. It alternates each month, as well as pediatric CPR and first aid. We also do different trainings for those who are providers, prospective providers, FFNs. We do trainings such as the Family Child Care Fundamental Training Programs. One of them, an example, is the business practices. And other trainings that we do offer through West Ed is Program for Infant Toddler Care, as well as Family Child Care at its best. Next slide, please. And you could always access our registration for our trainings online through our website. They are updated about monthly. So if you don't see something that you want to take yet, please always contact us by calling us or emailing us, and we will send you the most up-to-date schedule that we have, or the following training. As of right now, we only have, I believe, up to December, but in a couple of weeks, we'll be adding next year's trainings as well. Next slide, please. And you could always reach out to us by calling or emailing us. We offer services in English, Spanish, and Vietnamese as well. We're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia and Selena. And thank you everyone for your patience. We know we're past time, so just wanted to wrap up where we close out for today.
Yeah, so we just wanted to invite you all to our higher ed orientation, which will be happening November 15th from 6:30 to 7:30 for our English session. And then the following day, we will be hosting the Spanish session as well. Feel free to scan that QR code. This flyer, as well as the Spanish flyer, will be emailed into your inbox for you to register if you are interested in taking the higher ed route to participate in the stipend program. As well, in that email, you'll find the survey that Enlighten mentioned at the beginning of our session. And just wanted to thank everybody for their time. And I know we had a lot of questions in the chat. We tried our best to get to all of them. If we did not get to your question, please email us at our earlylearning@first5kids.org email, and we can answer your questions there.
Okay, thank you everyone. We hope you have a good rest of your evening, and feel free to contact us if you have any questions regarding any of the presenters today. Thank you very much to our presenters, our partners who joined us this evening. We appreciate your time also. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Alma. Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thanks, Alma. It's good to see you.
You too. Good night.
Good night.
Did you save the questions in the chat?